guys, I'm here. Just give me a second. I forgot to go get my charging cord for my camera. So let me go grab that from the other room. I'll be right back. Okay. We definitely don't want the phone to die in the middle of a video. There we go. Hi guys. Hello, hello. Okay. How's everybody doing? What's today? Today's Thursday, June 1st. Fabulous. It's kind of taken me a couple days to get back in the swing of things after being gone. It seems like it gets harder and harder every time I come back. But I'm finally here. Yay! Hello, everybody. Jackie, you did make a live tutorial. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I feel like it's a pretty quick sew for what it is. I'm gonna show you beginning to end. I'm gonna cut everything out. Only a couple of things need interfacing because I'm gonna use all canvas for the whole bag. And I'm using webbing for the strap. So I'm gonna show you what we're making. Where did I put it back here. Okay, so SheriLyn emailed me a little while back asking if I would consider looking at her pattern and doing it. And I finally got it out, cut it out and everything and sewed it. She calls this the Riverwalk, right? The Riverwalk Sling. All right. It's really cute. It is, I think my favorite part about this bag is how it is assembled. It's very beginner friendly. I didn't struggle at any point except for right here by my pockets on the seam allowance. And that's just a foot issue. If I changed my foot to a narrow foot, I wouldn't have had an issue. But even that is fine. So Lynette, thank you. She says, cute video from Wizardry Stitches. Yep, I just got back from the Wizardry getaway retreat in Texas. It's this little town called Quitman, Texas. And it is a cross from a huge sewing store, huge quilt shop. And they built this whole retreat area just for sewing retreats. And it was, you guys, best sewing experience, like retreat experience I have had ever in my life. It's number one on my list right now. It was so fun. Melissa and her team that put it on were just, hands down the best. They took care of everybody there, full on meals 3 times a day, snacks in between. The classes were amazing. They had juki, like full on semi-industrial jukis to rent that you want if you wanted to rent a machine. And everybody there was just there to make friends and learn and have a good time. And I just went home feeling refreshed and happy. And it was seriously one of the best experiences I've ever had. So there's that. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. I really can't. It's just amazing. So if you ever have the opportunity to attend one of her retreats, I think she's planning on doing them 3 times a year now. They are limited, which makes that part of the experience because you need to have class sizes that aren't overwhelming, limited amounts of people to sign up. But if you ever get a chance to do it, I highly recommend it. Okay, that's my spiel for that. Oh, there's my roommate, Cheryl Pons. Her and I were roomies at the Wizardry Retreat. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, okay. Yes, those jukis are amazing. Okay, how do you register, Jackie? If you, I don't know if any of my admins on here, Annette's on here. Can you link the Wizardry Stitchery Facebook group and maybe their website. If you're, hi Marley May, if you're a member there. Hi Zoe girl, you want to come say hi? Oh, here's DeMarley May. She just came from outside. She's all wet. It's a rainy day here. It's clouded and overcast, huh, baby? If you join their website, their Facebook group, they will keep all the information up there. I will try hard on my Facebook group to keep you all updated on when signups are happening and all of that kind of stuff, so you can get on there and be sure you don't miss out. Thank you, Annette. I appreciate that. Hi, Sherry. Okay. What do you think? Should we start? Yeah. She wants a walk. We're gonna do that afterwards, huh? All right. Here we go. Are we ready? Okay. All right. Okay, so back to the task at hand. Hi, Leslie. We are sewing up this bag today. We're gonna cut it out and set up. So I made it all out of canvas. It's this canvas is from Fabric Therapy. I think the canvas that I chose as well is from Fabric Therapy. I really like her canvas. It is meant to hold a water bottle. If you want to hold a water bottle, my other thought was you could easily put a snap up top if you just wanted to make it just a bag to carry things. That would be another option. It doesn't have to be a water bottle bag. It has the connectors on the back, depending which side you want it to hang on. So it is a sling style bag, right? So it is going to hang just like that. It could hang in the back. You could probably do a backpack style with it if you really wanted to, or a front pack, I don't know. The pattern calls for card slots. Sorry, I have a hair on my face. It calls for card slots in this front. Look at this gusseted front pocket here. I didn't put the card slots in. I just did the pocket. I love how it has this gusset right here. I'm pretty sure a phone can fit in there easily. I don't know where my other phone is that I use. Will it hold the Stanley Cup? Let's see. This is the Big Daddy. I don't think it will. It holds my, yeah, see that handle? It gets in the way. So I wouldn't suggest a cup with a handle, but if it didn't have a handle, yeah, it would totally fit it. My cup from Leslie Jolie Lee Creations, my tumbler from her, totally fits easily in this. What else? What other features? It's great. It's just a fun little quick bag. Her pattern calls for handles on the side here. She says she has a disability and sometimes she has to grab the bag, so that helps with that. I left the handles off, but you can totally put the handles on the side. And yeah, it's just a cute, fun, quick sew, and I really love this. This one will be for sale on my website. I really liked how it turned out. So let's start cutting this out. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. So she does have pieces for stabilizing if you are using cotton. She has all your stabilizer pieces included in the pattern. Because I am using canvas, I am only going to stabilize my flap and my top connector. Those are the only two pieces that I stabilized on that one, and I thought it went great. There you go. Annette found the link. Thank you, Annette. I appreciate that. Okay. Hi, Kalisha. Hi, Mary. All right, so I am going to, I don't need this one actually. This is the D-ring. No, I need that one. Okay, I think these are all the pieces I need. And Marley May is so adorable. Thanks, Terry. I love her. Oakley's a turd, and I love her too, but I think my neighbor hates me because Oakley barks a lot. So I've kind of just kept Oakley's bark collar on, and I'm getting another thing to help with barking, so hopefully we can fix that. Whew. All right, here we go. I'm just going to move it down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. You won't see my face. All right, here we go. Is that good? All right, so I chose, this might be a little bright and crazy, but I really like how They look together because I'm bright and crazy. Is that a water bottle bag? Karen, yeah. I think it could be, it could go for, it's made to carry water, but I also think if you put a snap on the top, it could be just a regular cute quick sling bag as well. I feel like it's pretty versatile. I'm waiting for you to braid the projector, Heidi. The whole projector thing and having to stitch the files together, like if I have an actual projector file, I'll do it, but I'm not ready to spend the time to stitch a file together. Hi, Amy. All right, this is what I'm using. This is gonna be my exterior, this is my inside. So we're gonna work on my exterior first. All right. You know what? I'm gonna move all of these over here. Have this. All right. Here we go. So I'm gonna do my big long main body piece first. So you need one main body and one lining for this. Okay. So here we go. This pattern is also pretty nice because the cuts are all pretty quick and easy, which I always love. Is this a good view for it? Yeah. It was nice to sit down. I feel like I haven't sat down and sewn in a while because I've been so busy doing everything else. So it was nice to just sit down and sew this last night. And partly this morning too. All right. My kids are home for summer. They're waiting for me to take them to Target today. And then my son David, who's at college, comes home next week for a few days, and I'm super excited for that. I wanted to get some videos out before he came home. All right, so there's that one piece. And then I'll keep this out because we need that for the lining. And then my main side gusset pieces, you need 2 exterior and 2 lining. So we're gonna do our 2 exterior. And I'm just trying to keep it all in the same direction as that main lining that I just cut out. So this is not Ottertex. It's a heavier canvas. It's not a waterproof per se because it doesn't have that coating on the back, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty heavily water resistant. And it's really nice to sew with. I don't know if you can see. It's just a canvas. There's no coating on the back like that waterproof Ottertex. But I like it a lot. It is kind of cold and overcast here today too, so kind of a good day to sit inside and sew. We're supposed to get rain like every day this week. All right, so there are my 2 side main gusset pieces. I'll put those aside. I'll put this here because I know I have to cut lining. Okay, and then let's keep going. I've got my D-ring connectors here, which I made smaller on my last one because this is more for cotton. It's 4 inches across, but with my canvas, I feel like I can do a 2-inch connector and just fold my raw edges in, and it'll be fabulous. That's what I did on my first one. So I'm going to just make this 2 by the length that it is. Just to save on thickness, I don't really need all of that thickness with it. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll see what I mean when we go to make the connectors. Just like that. All right, so there's my connector piece. That'll be all 3 connectors. That'll be cut down. All right, and then I got my bottom strap connectors, which we will cut in half, and they will be those triangle shapes. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half, going this way. All right, so I got 2 triangle shaped pieces there, done. Again, I don't feel like I need to interface these. The canvas is pretty sturdy. Yeah, that's why I'm using this material. It just saves me on time. And it's so quick to cut out. All right, and then I need my top strap connector, which is that top piece. Okay. This really isn't a directional print, but it is. So I'm trying to keep everything kind of going in the same way. Just in case it looks a little funky. I know on my practice bags, one of the stripe pieces kind of is going the other way, and I'm like, ugh. But that's okay. That's okay. It'll be fine, guys. It'll be fine. Right? Hi, Amber. Oh, I'm glad you could join. I'm guessing this will take me about 2 hours from start to finish. At least that's what I told my kids. We'll see if I can do that. Finish by lunchtime, right? It's hard when your kids are home for the summer, but you still need to do your work. Luckily, mine are pretty chill. They're pretty easy going and understand. All right, so that's my stabilizer. That's my Oh, I got a couple pieces over here. Just a second. Okay, I left these ones over here. So this is my pocket flap. So I want one with the exterior here. And I guess, does it matter which way? No. It doesn't matter. Hello, Iris. My month is going to be busy getting ready for Nashville. So we will be nice and busy doing all of that prep work. And I want to get an embroidery video out there. So I need to play around with my embroidery machine, get that all figured out and done as well. All right, so that here, let's see. My main pocket, I need one exterior and one lining, and I am not doing the card slot that is in this pattern. I'm not doing the card slot. So this is Fabric Therapy. Annette, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is Fabric Therapy. I don't know if it's a print that she currently has. I got this quite a while ago. So yeah, I got it a while ago. Same with the stripe one from my first bag. It's Fabric Therapy as well, but it was a while ago. I'll have to ask Nancy. All right, so there is my main pocket front. Oh, wait. That goes here. This goes here. And then all I need to do is my accordion gusset. I need 2 exterior and 2 lining. Thank you, Annette. Brittany is at her daughter's 5th grade graduation, I'm pretty sure right now. So Thanks for being the linking queen, Annette. Dude, I haven't used my projector yet. No, it kind of intimidates me, and I need to have files that are projection files because I don't understand how to stitch an existing pattern to a projector file yet. So there's that. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there, guys. Honestly, I've just been so busy. I just haven't had time to sit down and figure it out either. Oh, Annette, you are just as good as Brittany, baby. Okay, so there's my 2 gusset pieces there. All right, so that is all of my exterior that I need, and now we will go to the lining. That's half the pattern right there. It's super quick. Obviously, it always goes faster. My pattern, even for me, when I cut patterns out, I always go so much faster the second time around because the first time around you're kind of like sitting there, okay, what piece is this? What exactly am I doing here? So after you've done it once and you're doing the second time around, it just kind of just flows because you understand what you're supposed to be doing better, if that makes sense. All right, so here's my main pocket. Hopefully, is this piece long enough? Yes, okay. I would love to get on your Patreon and really do not know the process. Renee, my fabulous friend Annette, who's on here, is the Patreon queen, and she is my admin for Patreon, so she could totally help you. Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna, hopefully this week, I think on Sunday, we are gonna organize a Zoom for my top tier Patreon people. I'm excited about that. I'd love to get to know people on like a one-on-one level. It's so fun. That's what I loved about the retreat, really, is getting to know everybody face to face. It's so fun. All right, so those are my 2 main pocket pieces. Again, I'm not doing the card slots. So those are done. Okay. Let's see, what else do I want to do right here? I'm going to do the other side of my flap. Ooh, that's perfect. All right. All right, so there is the other side of my flap piece. I'm going to stick that. I just like to stick all my pieces together. I will be interfacing one side of my flap piece. Okay. And then I think next, since this is a nice fixed spot, I'm going to do my main body piece here. I want my stripes to be straight. There we go. I could, you know, she doesn't have measurements on these pieces. I could, since they're all pretty square rectangle pieces, I could measure them all out and use my ruler, but for right now, this is the quickest way. And sometimes I prefer just to have pattern pieces. All right. Here's my second main body piece. I'll put it with my exterior here. that is done. All right, let's see. My main side gusset pieces are next. Hi, Jen. Welcome. Hello, hello. You know what? I'm just going to do this at the same time. Since I need 2 of them, I'll just fold that over. There we go. Let's cut those together. All right, my 2 my 2 lining main gusset pieces, and I'll put those with my other one. Less counting and second guessing with pattern pieces. Carol, you are correct. Sometimes it's just easier on your brain, isn't it? Yeah. Heidi Deal, I will take you up on that. Hello, Denise, St. George, Utah. Say hi to my sister. All right. What do we have left? We are almost done. I just have these accordion gusset pieces. Oh, just short enough there. You know what? I think I'll do it. I don't know, guys. Here's a little piece right here. We'll do it right here. All right, right there. I want my stripes to be going the right way, so the kind of waste some fabric, but that's okay. Jennifer, I watched your wizardry retreat and was also talking to Linz about it. Holy fun time. Really hoping I can make it work for September. It'll be on my birthday weekend. Yay! You should totally play that card with the hubby. Yes. Tell him you're going to have Kasaya sing you happy birthday, and that's what you want for your birthday. Susan will be there too, and I'm sure she'll bring an instrument of some kind, and we can serenade you. How's that sound? I'm forcing her to come to this next retreat. Quitman is the town where I graduated high school. Oh, that's awesome. It was so cool to see y'all doing a retreat there. Not a lot of folks know where Quitman is. Yeah. We were like, to get there, you have to just drive on these country highways. And I was just like, okay, I don't know where we're going. It's a cute little town, though. It's got a Dairy Queen. I mean, Dairy Queen and a liquor store. I guess that's all you need. Okay. Hi, Grace. Welcome. There we go. I think that's all. Now we just need our Decaville light pieces. Yes, all my wishes come true. I'm sure. All right, let me double check. So I just need, so I just need 2 Decaville light pieces and we can start sewing this up. That's how quick we are doing this. Look at that. How far in are we? 30 minutes. Rock on. Let's see if I have scraps that'll work for these connectors. Yup. Gotta love scraps. You could probably put Decaville in your side connectors, but I don't feel like it needs it with this material I'm using. So there's my strap top connector Decaville piece, and then And I just realized your nails match your rotary cutter. No, that wasn't discussed. That's funny. Dottie, you just received your King Max and you're practicing. Yay! Hi, Stacy. Amber, thank you. Welcome to the Patreon crew. Okay, done, and done. All right, so I think, you know, on my first bag, I did this stabilizer on this piece, but I think for, no, I think I'll still do it that way. And then I think I'll put a tiny piece of Decaville on the back here where my snap goes. Let's do that. Yes, let's do that. Sounds like a good plan. Right there? Yes, ma'am. All right. How many times do you make a bag before you decide to buy the pattern templates? Mary, I don't buy templates much anymore just because of how many different bags I make for the channel now. I rarely make a bag over and over again anymore. So, but if it's a bag that you know you will be selling or making a lot of, it's totally worth it. All right, so I'm just gonna put these pieces on there and that and this. Okay, I have my heat press set to 280. I had turned it down earlier to do vinyl and it's still at that, which is fine because I'm doing this canvas. And on this flat piece, you want about 1 inch on the top and then a 1/2 inch the rest of the way around. I'm really bad. I usually just eyeball it. So if you wanted to measure that, you can. I'm just eyeballing, and then I'm putting a piece over where that snap goes right there. And then another piece on my top connector for the bag. And again, she has all the stabilizer pieces you need if you're making this out of cotton. All right, so that is super handy. I'm still gonna protect my canvas with some Teflon here. There we go. All right, almost there. We're gonna move over to the sewing machine. It's good. I'm just going to kind of turn them and press them this way as well. Since it is kind of on a lower setting. Okay. That's probably good. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, perfect. All right, so I'm still going to clip all my pieces together so I don't lose things. There, and there, and there. And we're ready to rock and roll, I think. Okay. Turn off the heat press. Don't leave that on. I used the same type of material on this sample bag. It is all out of canvas as well. Same type of materials I did. The only thing I would do is move this up a little bit. I think it interferes with this snap. I'm using a bigger snap for the second bag. This was a 14 millimeter, and I don't feel like it holds very well. So I'm using a bigger snap and placing my nameplate differently for this second one. All right, I'm gonna move all my pieces over to my sewing machine, and I'll bring you guys over there with me. All right. So just bear with me a second while I resituate everything. It takes me a minute. I gotta lower my tripod. Oh man. I wish I had an easier back and forth cutting table machine setup, but I don't. So it is what it is. Here we go. I'll try not to be too shaky for you all. Okay. I like to move it right in here. Let me bring my iPad over. Angelina, I haven't been able to sew for a long while. Life has gotten in the way. I'm also moving. My sewing room is getting packed up. Oh, that's the worst. Moving's hard. Getting everything resituated. Hopefully I don't have to move. That's like my biggest fear. So, all right. Here we go. We're almost there, I think. Yeah, that took me 30 minutes. Maybe less because I talked for a minute in the very beginning. So, you know, less than 30 minutes. I mean, I say that's a win. I don't like that. Let's go here. How come sometimes, like, I can't figure out where I like it? Don't forget to grab your cup. I already did. Thanks, Carolyn. I already did. All right, how's that? Sorry. I know that's a lot of moving back and forth and all that kind of good stuff. All right. So let me scroll, and we need, I didn't put stuff, thread. I didn't put the right thread in my machine. I'm going to use, what should I use? What color of thread should I use, guys? What's our vote? We could use Hot Pink Leslie. We could use Blue Lagoon. We could use Purple Rain. Ooh, what am I feeling? I'm using matte rainbow hardware. I could use my rainbow. Yeah, rainbow thread would probably actually, Hot Pink Leslie. I think that's what I have right here. Is this Hot Pink Leslie? Yes. I already have Hot Pink Leslie right here. So, Celestia, Purple Rain. Oh, you guys, not helpful. You know what? We're doing Hot Pink Leslie. We're doing it. It has been requested by the one and only Hot Pink Leslie it was named after. So, let's do it. Just for you, Leslie. It is my favorite pink. All right, here we go. I may have to wind a bobbin. I'm not sure. The lime. Oh, the lime. I need to use the lime green. Limelight more. That one's a good one too. Yeah, that one's a good one. Limelight could have worked. Yeah, it could have. Too late. We've got the pink in. Ah, there goes my bobbin. We've got the pink in. All right. Let me see if I need to wind a new pink. I have half of one, so we'll start with this and wind one while we sew. So I'll probably have to change it halfway through. You guys are gonna have to remind me. All right. I know, I love Hot Pink Leslie too. It's my favorite. Whenever I get the chance to use it, I do it. All right. I used this on the Ruby handbag example, and it looked so good. All right, let me hook up another bobbin to be winding here while we're working. Let me grab another hot pink. No. Do I even have another hot pink, Leslie? Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to go grab one. Just a minute, I'll be right back. Need to grab another spool. Okay. Move my light in too. Do I really not have another hot pink? No. Nope. Okay. I'll grab a broken spool. I accidentally dropped this one and broke it. So this one's all mine. I always like to have 2 spools of each color so I can have one winding while I'm sewing with the other. It's just my preference. Oh, high maintenance. All right. Done and done. Here we go. How many bobbins do you make for a project, Jackie? I usually like to have 2 bobbins ready to go when I start a project. Whether it takes 2 bobbins or not is a whole other story, but that's usually what I like to do. All right, so let's add our snap on this and our snap on our main pocket piece. We're gonna add our snap first. We're gonna do we're just gonna do some prep work first. All right, so we want this on the exterior side of your main pocket piece. All my marking tools here. Hello, Liz. All right, and then your other one is on your lining of your flap. Okay. I need this, and let me get my snap. It looks a little darker in the room than usual. Is it because of the weather? I don't know. Well, I didn't have the light up, so I pulled the light up, but it might be the weather. My window's pretty dark in here because it's cloudy. It's a gloomy summer day here. That happens a lot in June in Colorado. All right, hopefully this bigger snap helps with this flap. All right, here we go. Let's do some snap install. Let me know how the angle, if you guys are good with this. Hopefully the camera's good. I am watching you after an OP today. Hello, Julie. And I think we want the female side on here. My door is open and my kids are home, so if you hear, footsteps or a kid come down, that's why. All right, toasty Wisconsin. Much toastier than it is here, I'm sure. I think our high is only like 60 something today, if that. It was 50 when I was fixing breakfast. Okay. Cover that. All right, so that's my main pocket piece with the snap, okay? Set that aside, and then I'm gonna do my flap right here. Here we go. $85, yeah. I don't even know if Colorado has hit 85 at all yet. I don't think so. These snaps are a little bit harder to bend. I'm bending them, usually I bend them out. I'm bending them in just because of the size of the bag. I don't really want that extra on this flap sticking out. All right, and then while I'm here, I'm gonna put my name plate on. I did it on the flap last time, but I think this time I'm gonna do it on the pocket piece, on this front pocket piece. All right, so we got the flap that goes on here. So I think I'm gonna do it down here. Yep, let's do it. I think that'll be cute. About 3 inches maybe. 3 inches up from the bottom. Michelle, thank you. I think I'm gonna do like neon pink or orange next round. I'm kind of loving, I'm gonna do all neon colors this summer. That sounds like a fun plan to me. Okay. Here is my nameplate. Hopefully I like that placement. And is this big enough? Oh, I don't know if this piece is big enough. I'm running out of scraps. Here's one, perfect. Jadira, yeah, you can carry a water bottle, tumbler in this bag. Or you could put a snap on the top and just leave it as a regular bag. Did I mark that yet with actual cuts? No, I didn't, right? No, I did. Okay. I almost did it twice. Here we go. All right, cool. Actually, I'm going to bend those in as well so they stay out of my way. All right, nameplate, magnetic snap, done. And then the only other thing I want to do, I think I want to put together my flap right now. Okay, that's all the hardware. Let me see. Just a minute. Yeah, I think, forget the order of everything. I'm gonna go ahead and just make my flap real quick. So that's done. So right sides together, it's a 1/2 inch seam allowance around the whole thing. Okay. Here we go. Let's do it. There's a gold sphere in the Seattle sky today. It might be the sun you guys always talk about. That's funny. Yep, you've got our sun. Funny. All right. I'm going to trim that down. Turn it. So this flap is going to be sewn onto your bag along the top. So she has you either folding down and in right here, and then that's going to be sewn down onto your bag. So I'm going to do that. I did it differently last time. I'm going to do it this way this time. So I'm going to fold that down. It kind of folds nicely where that that decaville is. Okay, so I'm going to leave it sewn like that, and I'm not going to sew along the top. I'm just going to top stitch it along the rest of the bag, or the rest of the flap. So I'm just going to clip it at the top here, and I'm going to go ahead and top stitch around. Hopefully, oof, see? I used the smaller one. Ooh, it's just good enough. So I'm going to sew it from this side, top stitch. So I'm sure that I get around this and it's not scraping on my sewing machine there. Woo, just passes it. And that's an 18mm snap. Okay, there's my flap. Looks good. Okay, front, back, flap done. I'm gonna set that aside. We're gonna work on our D-rings and all of our connectors. All right, so here's my D-ring connectors. And again, I didn't do a full 4 inches. I did 2 inches because of the material I'm using. If I was using cotton, I would have to do a full 4 inches wide, but I'm just doing 2 since I'm using the canvas. Okay, nice when things work out like that. Yep. You are so confident when sewing those curves, Mary. It's taken a lot of practice. It didn't happen overnight. I've had lots of practice with curves. All right. Come on, stick. There we go. So I'm just going to be folding my raw edges in and then top stitching down each side of this strip. And then I will cut it into 3 sections, and those will be my 3 D-ring connectors. If you really wanted to, you could put a piece down the middle of Decaville Light for this. I just feel like it's a small bag, and this material is pretty sturdy that I'm not gonna need that. All right, here we go. So let's cut this into 3 even pieces. All right, easy. Let's get our D-rings. Watching you cut, and so is therapy. I'm glad, Wendy. It's therapy to be able just to sit here and do it too, actually. I've been looking forward to just sitting down at my machine. All right. So now I'm just going to put my D-rings on and baste that together, and then we'll add it to our connector pieces, our bigger connector pieces. You'll see what I mean by that. All right, there's that. 3 D-rings. I was kind of thinking about the construction of this bag. If you wanted to do a permanently attached strap, you could. The way that this is made is it's, you know, able to come off and switch sides and all that kind of good stuff. So there probably is other ways to do this if you wanted to. I'm doing a 1/2 inch mark up on each of these because I want it to overhang in my other pieces a 1/2 inch, and I just want it all to be even. So I'm just marking it now. Okay, there's my 1/2 inch marks. All right, so here are my bottom strap connectors. I cut this into 2 triangle pieces. I'm gonna be folding these right sides together. I'm just gonna go ahead and clip it down here so it's even. And kind of crease it up here at the top. I'm gonna do that with both of them. I know the matte hardware is kind of amazing, isn't it? It goes well. All right. Okay, let me make sure. I'm always have to like make sure I have this placed correctly. Okay, so my fold is here, open edge, open edge. I'm going to slide my connector. I'm going to slide my connector in right here. All right, as close up to this folded edge as you can get. You won't be able to butt it right up against there because of your D-ring, right? Because your D-ring's kind of sticking out. But I've got the raw edge lined up on that 1/2 inch mark there that I put on my connector, and I'm gonna clip that in, and that's my placement for this D-ring. And so I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Just gonna kind of place my triangle piece the same way and insert my D-ring right there. Beautiful. Cindy, hello. You're not too late. We're just starting, really. Working on connectors and flaps. Okay, so those are the placement for that. I'm gonna go ahead and just sew along the top here, along both, and turn it right side out. And I believe most of this pattern is at a 1/2 inch seam allowance, yes. And it gets you right up next to those pieces. It's kind of, it was almost too close, but like just kind of perfect, if that makes sense. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. Just a minute. My bobbin did something funky. I could hear it. All right, let's try it going this way first, maybe. There we go. See, it moved though. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna trim this down, but I'm not going to trim down that D-ring at all. I'm just gonna trim right up next to it here. And then I am gonna trim this tiny little piece down there. All right, do the same with this second one. And if you just wanted to do one connector, you know which side you like to hang your bag off of. You don't have to put 2 D-ring connectors on your bag. You can just do that one side. But if you're making it to sell or to give to somebody and you're not sure which side they like to hang it on, I would do both. Hi, Monica, welcome. All right, trim that down. And let's trim those out. Okay, we're gonna turn these out, get them pressed good, and top stitch. I like to get a tool to poke that one little corner really good right there. Do you see how that just popped right out? That helped because I did trim that seam allowance on there too. That really does make a difference, trimming that seam allowance. Okay, this one too. Let's pop that out. looks good. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and top stitch these. And then when I'm done, after I do this last one, I will be putting rivets through these. Okay, I've got 3 rivets sitting here just for that. Here we go. Top stitch. I'm going to go ahead and baste this shut as well. It just helps when sewing it all together. Okay. Maria, welcome. This is Canvas from Fabric Therapy, Maria. Okay, so those are my 2 connectors there. I'm going to set those aside for a minute, and we're going to work on the top one before we put our rivets on those. Okay, so here's my top connector. And same type of idea here. We want to place and line up this D-ring raw edge to that 1/2 inch line and center it. That looks pretty centered. I'm going to baste that on there first so it doesn't move. And then this one I think is sewn at a smaller seam allowance. Oh no, it's sewn at that 1/2 inch as well. Okay, here we go. I think I almost ran into the D-ring when I sewed this at that 1/2 inch. All right, here we go. So let's sew that in there. Let's get my stiletto to kind of hold this in place. If you sew it with your Decaville side up, it helps with that seam allowance placement. See, I'm hitting that D-ring right there. We're good though. Okay. It's just kind of a good guide if you sew it with your Decaville side up. All right, I'm gonna trim that. Especially right here, I wanna get that out. I don't wanna trim this though. Don't trim down that connector. All right, here we go. Ah! Okay. Okay, we're gonna turn it right side up, and then we are going to top stitch this as well, and then I'll be adding rivets in all these real quick before we continue. Looks good, looks good. All right. Okay. Time to top stitch. short. One more stitch. Basting it shut, we don't need it open. Kind of skipped, but it's okay. All right, here we go. Let's put our rivets on real quick. All right. I just have a handy dandy hand punch here, tried and true. I'm just eyeballing it because you have that extra piece of strap connector in there. You guys talking about swearing? Well, it's a whole different story when the camera's not on me, so. Okay. Let's grab my press. And my rivets. Here we are. 3 little rainbows. Okay. One. Super simple, just gives it a little extra support there. And it looks pretty. And we all like that. And one more. Okay, rivets on, connectors done, moving on. I'm gonna work on that front pocket, which I don't have the card slot going on there, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, we're gonna do our gussets next. So I'll put those aside. Let's get out our gusset lining and exterior pieces here. Here we go. You guys are funny. So exterior lining, right sides together. We're sewing along the top and sewing along the bottom with both of these. Here we go. And I think, again, 1/2 inch seam allowance, correct? Yep. Here we go. And I'm just gonna kind of stick this in and go right over to the next one. And do them at the same time. I'm gonna trim that down. There, and then I'll go to the top. Same thing. Off, there we go. Which stitch length do you use for your regular stitches versus your top stitches? I use about a 4 to a 4.5 for my regular and a 5 to a 5.5 for my top stitching and basting. All right, so turn those right side out. We're gonna top stitch them. Here we go, and here we go. Pretty easy. Same with this other one. All right, now I'm just gonna top stitch. Just the top and the bottom, and then you can baste these sides shut as you top stitch and just do it all together. Front, back. Okay, repeat. I think my bobbin is about done. It's making that sound. All right. There are my gusset pieces. I want to take my main pocket lining pieces now. Okay, these ones. We're gonna do some markings on this. I want to do, for the lining, 1 inch up. And that's where my gusset is going to, you can hear the slight rattle. That's funny. Yep, you can tell when it's about done. I wonder if I should just change it real quick. Oh yeah, we're done. We are done. Let's just change it so we don't have to worry. My bobbin overwound like always because I'm a slacker and haven't fixed that. Oh no. Okay. Is that good? Yeah. All right, here we go. There, now I know I won't run out for the rest of the time. Okay, so this is the bottom of my main lining piece. The smaller part of this is the bottom. And lining side face down. So my lining side is face down against the lining. I'm gonna line that on the 1 inch mark we just used. That's the bottom to the top. Okay, make sure the smaller end is on that 1 inch line at the bottom. All right. If you wanted a fun pop of color to your bag on the outside, your lining piece, you could reverse the way these are so that this striped popped out on your lining or on your exterior side. That'd be cute too. I think either way would be great. Okay, so baste that together with that main pocket lining piece. And again, in the pattern, this lining piece here has card slots on it. I skipped the card slots. So if you're confused, that's why, because these have card slots on them in the pattern. Do you have to change your tension a bit when sewing those, like when you sew TPU Gypsy Woman? No, I don't usually have to change the tension much sewing this. All right. We want our piece with the snap and everything on it. We are going to be sewing this completely around and leaving a hole in the bottom. Just make sure everything's going the correct directions on this. Okay, this is top side of both. All right, and I will, this might be harder since my nameplate is on this. Hopefully we'll be okay. So I'm gonna be leaving a hole in this bottom part here. All right, and then half inch seam allowance, here we go. I should have started, just a minute. It's not enough in, so I'm gonna start right here. There we go. And if you have a hard time knowing when to turn on that 1/2 inch, you could mark it on your piece before you sew. Mark that seam allowance. Yeah, my bobbin sounds much better now, huh? Alrighty. Gonna trim all that down. We are gonna turn it. The colors in the fabric remind me of wild neon colors of the late 80s. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hello from Tucson. My brother lives in Tucson. I might go to Tucson for Thanksgiving. We'll see. I can pull this through. It's a little bit more difficult because I put my nameplate on this piece, but I think it's doable. I'm still drawing my seam lines. Yeah. I mean, you can totally draw your seam lines on here. Jadira, what do you like to make? Big bags, backpacks, or small bags? Oh man, depends on my mood and the style. I like to make it all. I like to make it all. Small bags are fun because you can get them done in one sitting. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a struggle, guys. That darn nameplate made this more difficult. We'll get it. Look at that. My hands are going to die, but we'll get it. Ta-da! Yay! We did it! All right, get that pressed out really good. Looks good, looks good. If you wanted to tape this together at the bottom, you could. Jerry, I printed out the Lauren bag. I can never say that name. At 80% and made a windshield bag for my daughter's motorcycle. It turned out fabulous. That's awesome. Mila, you are my inspiration. I finally made my first bag and now I'm making bags all the time. That's awesome. Which bag was your first bag? Okay, so the first time I did this, so we're not top stitching the bottom because the bottom is going to be closed when you stitch this to your bag. The first time I did this, I stitched it with my flaps out. Don't do that. If your machine can't handle the thickness of it, I wouldn't recommend it, but this needs to be top stitched with your gussets folded under like this. Okay, that's how it needs to be top stitched. It'll just help it lay in the bag better. I made the Densa drop kit. That's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and top stitch around this with my gusset pieces folded to the back. All right, and I'm not top stitching the bottom. Here we go. Man, I have a bark collar on Oakley now, and now Marley's the one barking at everything. Ay, ay, ay. Amaryllis, hello. I had so much fun at the retreat. I miss you too. You should come with your mom to the next one. That's what I told her. All right, isn't that cute? Look at my little front pocket. So cute. Done. Done and done. Continuing on. Flap, done. I think we saw our flap on now. Do we saw our flap on? Not yet. Okay. Here we go. We want to take our main pattern piece, just this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clip all of my centers real quick. Leonie, I would love it if you came to the US for a retreat. I would love to meet you. That would be amazing. Okay. Working is much more fun with Saya in the background. You're sweet. Thank you, Tara. Oh, man. Okay. So I've marked all my centers and everything. There's some measurements done for this part that are kind of important. So hopefully I can see this pen on this material. So I've got my center right here. I'm just going to put a line on my center just so I can see it really well. So here's my center. Okay, there's my center. So your first, I'm just going to say this first marking because the pattern, it's not confusing, but it just took me a minute of reading it and figuring it out exactly what she was getting at. So I'm doing 1 7/8. And if you don't know what 7/8 is, it's one mark before you hit 2 inches, okay? So that's my 1 7/8. And then you want another marking after that one. I'm not going to say which one, what marking that is, but it's in the pattern. Okay. Right here. All right. There are my markings. I want my wings, my connectors on this side. So here's my first one, and this is going to line up. Sorry, it takes me a minute. Like that. On that last marking I made here, okay? I'm going to line the bottom of this connector up. So this is the top of the back of the bag. All right, so I'm lining up that connector right there. I want to take the other one and do the same thing and make sure your connectors are going up, okay? If they're going down like this towards the bigger part of the bag, that's wrong. You want them to go up. And I'm lining them up on that last marking that I made right here. Now I'm going to baste those to my exterior. Allison, oh wait, what did I miss? I would love to meet you too, Lene. Did you make the Duncan Messenger from Sincerely Jen? No, I have not made that yet. I think it just came out, didn't it? For purchase for anybody? Because that was a bag of the month one. Allison, is there a certain skill level you should be at before you sign up for a retreat? I've been teaching myself over the last 9 months, and I definitely still have more than to learn. I would say for a retreat like I just taught at, the Wizardry Retreat, you definitely need, I don't think you should go there having never sewn any kind of bag or wallet before. It's super helpful if you have a couple under your belt. I know one person came and she had only sewn, I think, 4 little bags, pouches before, and she did great. It challenged her. She learned, she grew. So she was familiar with sewing. Definitely you need to be familiar with the sewing machine because it's hard when we're sitting there the whole time helping you with your sewing machine. You need to know basics of the sewing machine, super helpful. But you don't in any way have to be advanced at anything. You can be a beginner, but you do need to be familiar with general sewing terms and terminology and the machine. Mary, thank you. Thanks for joining. All right, so you want to center now this top connector here, and we're going to baste that on. All right, so this is what we're looking at. This is our main big lining piece, and I'm doing this side, and then I'm going to go over and put the pocket on this side. It's pretty cool how this is put together. Hi, Sandy. I've been quietly watching you and your videos for a month or so. Love you and your sister too. I have 3 sisters myself. Thank you for so much insight into bag making. You're so welcome, Sandy. Welcome. Any plans for a retreat or visit to Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois area? Karen, I have no idea. My sister's the one who knows all that. We eventually want to get everywhere, but, you know, doing as much as we can right now. All right, so we want to do more measurements. Now we're going to this other side. This is my center line. I want to make another mark here. Here. And then one more mark from that, right here. Okay, right. I also want to make sure that this is all centered. So I'm going to be drawing, it's about 2 3/8 into the inside right there, because I need to make sure, actually I'll do one more. I need to make sure that pocket that I'm adding on there is centered onto this piece. Allison, I've made a lot of smaller bags already. I recently upgraded to a Juki. Maybe I'd be okay. Allison, I think you would be just fine. Yes. Are you doing the next Secret Sew from Shambhala bags? No, I am not. I haven't talked to her about doing the Secret Sew. I don't think I have time currently to do the Secret Sew, but I do have a couple of her patterns ready to sew. She's had some really cool patterns lately. Mary, are you enjoying your new embroidery machine? My mom loves hers. I have done the training on it, and I haven't sat down yet to make anything on it. That's my goal in the next couple weeks, is to sit down and get a file and figure out something to do on that embroidery machine. I have a bunch of blank hats, so I know I want to do hats. All right, I'm just marking the centers of my pocket. I just want to make sure this pocket is centered on this front panel piece. All right, so I did put some double-sided tape down here at the bottom. I'm going to take that off and center that. I'm going to take my little flaps out. I'm going to center that right down here. Okay, hopefully that's good and centered. It looks like it. All right, I'm going to stitch that down first. And that closes up that bottom pocket as well. Okay, very cool. There and there. Okay. After that is on, you want to get these gussets lined up on the side here, and you want it all to lay evenly and nice, okay? So make sure right here is straight. You don't want this like at an angle up that way. Make sure it's nice and straight. You're gonna have to push it in a little bit and start clipping that up, and we are going to baste that onto the side of the exterior. Listening while you finish up the Marcel barrel bag. Oh, that's awesome. That's a fun one, Terry. All right. See how it kind of all lays nicely? Just make sure that that's clipped where you want it to be. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sew this side down, and then I'll clip the other side. Susan has the list. Yes, she does. Susan is currently out of town, but she's not hopping on here today. All right, so I'm going to bring this one in, make it as straight as I can, and bring it up. I love this front pocket on this bag. I think it's just adorable. And then it'll kind of get pressed down there. Isn't that cute? How that's on there? I love it. Okay, let me sew this down. All right, we're almost there with this main panel. It's looking good. Looking good. Okay, so now I want to attach the flap, I'm pretty sure. Double check. Yes. Let's attach the flap. Drink of water. Okay. Here's my flap. Again, I have, this is not closed yet, right? I just folded it under. So I'm going to be clipping that and kind of placing it where I need it to go, which is about, just kind of want to make sure it's even. That looks, I don't think my clips can reach. That looks pretty even, I think. Is that good? You could put some double-sided tape on there if you wanted to. Kind of want to give it just a little bit so it has room to hold things. This snap is much better than my other snap, by the way. It's holding much better. Okay, I think that's perfect placement. I'm just holding it. All right. Here we go. I'm just sewing that right onto my exterior panel. I'm going to do a double row stitching. I'm going to come, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to come down one and then go back over the other way. So it has that double row of stitching on it, which I like. Perfect. Okay. Sarah, I'm looking forward to meeting you too. Okay, look at that. See, isn't that cute? It actually isn't that hard either. And it is such a cute little pocket. I kind of love that. This magnetic snap is much better than my first one. All right, guys, here we go. We are actually almost there. We're gonna start putting this all together. I'm just getting this pattern pulled up at the right spot. Okay. Got this. I've got my side gusset pieces here. I'm going to be doing some markings with these. I definitely want to mark my centers top and bottom. All right. This pattern is sold out. I don't think that's a thing. It's a PDF. Peg. I don't think it can be sold out. Maybe she's having some website issues. I don't know. Okay, so I'm marking my centers. And then along the bottom, which I don't know, do I care? Just a minute. Well, it's going to be going the wrong way one way or the other. Sold out on the site. That's weird, Peg. I will email the designer and ask her. Oh, there she is, Sherry. This is Sherry's pattern right there, guys. Say, good job, Sherry. That's the designer. All right, mark 1 inch up, right? Is it 1 or is it a half? Ooh, I better make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Nope, ½ inch, sorry. Ignore that first one. ½ inch up along the bottom. Okay, ½ inch. Along each piece there. And then I'm going to do the same with my lining side gussets. Okay, well, Sherry's going to figure it out right now, guys, so just give her a second. Here we go. And then ½ inch along the bottom here. And I'm doing it on the back side of these side gusset pieces because that's what you're going to be able to see. All right. And then this one. Hi, baby girl. Hi, Marley May. All right, here. There we go. Hi, baby. I moved Marley May's bed in my room and she's like, wait a minute, why is it over there? All right, so I'm gonna do my lining first. So I'm gonna put my exterior pieces to the side for a minute. We crashed her site. You guys probably did. Not a bad thing, but you probably did crash her site. Oh, I mean, I need to mark my centers on this lining piece as well. All right, here we go. And the top. Here we are. Okay, so here's my lining. Here is that side gusset piece. Sorry for the barking dogs. I think my daughter's home for lunch. Okay, so I want to take this on one side of my lining up at the top. All right, and clip that going down. Okay. So make sure you can see that 1/2 inch line that you drew on this side. And then you're gonna take it and you're gonna fold this main lining piece up to the other half. Do you see how I'm connecting this side gusset on like this? So this is one whole piece here, and I'm flipping it up. I think there is a fly in here and my basement door is open. I'm gonna need to go shut my basement door real quick. Great. As long as it's not a bee. All right. That's what I have right there. Just a second. I need to go shut the door real quick to the basement. Big old fly in here. Can you kill it? Okay. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this other side, okay? So I'm making sure my 1/2 inch marking is down here where it's folded up, because that's the base, the bottom of your bag. Okay, clip this down. So when I sew this first one, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave about a 6-inch opening in one of the sides of this lining, because that's gonna be our turning hole for the whole bag. So I'm gonna do that first so I don't forget later on. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna sew all of these sides on. I'm going to stop down here at that 1/2 inch mark. I'm not gonna go all the way, sorry, I'm not gonna go all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna stop at that 1/2 inch mark along all sides. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna leave a hole in this first one. I want it to be about that big. Oh, I need to shorten my stitches. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna come off. I just like to come off like this, guys. It just makes it easier for sewing it all back up at the end. Okay, go check the website again for the pattern. She says it's back up, everybody. Thank you, Sherry. All right, I'm just marking about 6 inches wide for that opening, just so I know where to start and stop here. So I'm coming on at that 90-degree angle. It's just how I like to do it. All right, and so I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna stop at that 1/2 inch mark down at the bottom. I'm not sewing past that, because then we're like not boxing, but flattening this bottom, and you're gonna need to have this not sewn to it to make it lay correctly. All right, so there's that. Now I'm gonna sew all of my sides up, because I've already left my hole, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm starting a 1/2 inch up on this bottom piece here. All right, here we go. And I'm gonna go over to this side. So you should have 4 sides that you're sewing on right now. Stop at that 1/2 inch line. No, there's no discount code, High Country Adventures. I'm pretty sure this is Sherry's first pattern. I feel like maybe we can just support her for this first one. No discount code for this one, but maybe for future ones. maybe for future ones. All right, so start at that 1/2 inch mark if you're starting along the bottom. Okay, so I've got all 4 sides sewn on. Now I'm gonna do a couple of little clips. Down here along the bottom, where that 1/2 inch line is right there, I'm going to snip into my seam allowance up to next to that stitching. Do not stitch through that stitching. Do you see how I snipped right there? That's that 1/2 inch seam mark where I stopped. I'm gonna snip right there. I'm gonna do that on all 4 sides. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Sherry, this is Sherry's first pattern, and I think she did a fabulous job on this pattern. Very impressed. You did good, Sherry. All right, so we're gonna take this now, okay? And we are going to flatten. So that's why we did those centers. I'm gonna mark those or match up those centers right there, and because I snipped into that, it flattens for me. All right, I've done this on bigger bags before, and then it makes that square base. What?
Can I let the dogs out?
You can let the dogs out, but if they start barking, bring them back in. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, and do the same thing over on this side. Mark that, clip that center. And there. Okay, that's my base, that's my bottom. I'm gonna take that and sew that at that 1/2 inch seam allowance across the base of both sides. This is actually a very fun pattern to sew, you guys. It comes together pretty easily if you use all canvas. I cut it out in 30 minutes. I mean, nice, fun, simple sew if you're looking for just like a project for the day. I think this is a great little project for the day. Okay, and now I'm gonna take and go on this side. Here we go, that 1/2 inch. Okay, after I do this, I'm gonna trim my seam allowances down. I'm not going to trim where the hole is, and I'm not going to trim right along the top because we want these top seams to be able to lay flat when we put the bag together. And if we trim these top seams down, it makes it way more difficult to have them lay flat when we sew the bag together. So I would stop trimming about 2 to 1.5 inches from the top, all right? So I'm gonna start about right here and come down, and we're just gonna trim these seam allowances down. And then we're gonna get our exterior pieces and repeat the whole same process that we just did, except we don't have to leave a hole in the exterior pieces. Okay, this one here. And let's see. I mean, you don't really need to trim this down. You could trim this down a little if you really wanted to right here. All right, and then you could trim this bottom. Oh my gosh, this fly is driving me nuts. I don't know if you can hear it in the camera. It's a loud fly in here. All right, there, okay. Sherry, oh, I'm so happy to do this for you. This is a great pattern. You did an amazing job. All right, so there's my lining. Hole left in my lining. Don't forget that. All right. Okay, exterior pieces. We are repeating the same process, okay? Same thing. Second verse, same as the first, except for the hole in the side. All right. I love it as a community when we can all come together and help awesome designers, especially ones just getting their feet wet and starting. I think it's pretty awesome, guys. All right. I love to find newer designers that have amazing patterns. It just makes me happy to support everybody. Okay. So this side here with the pocket was a little bit more difficult for me just because of my foot, I believe. And you might have to move this out of the way as you sew, and that's not a big deal at all. It totally does move out of the way. You could change to a more narrow foot. You all know how I feel about that. I don't love the narrow feet, but I mean, they're very convenient, but I don't feel like they walk as well. Up to you. I'm gonna do this one side at a time so I can move this piece out of my way. So I'm gonna do this just a tad differently. So remember, I'm starting at that 1/2 inch seam allowance down here, just like we did on the lining, okay? But right here is where my foot kind of struggled getting past. So let's see if I can press this down enough. And I've kind of got my pocket folded up out of the way here so it doesn't get in my way of the foot. It's a little bit better, a little bit easier. There we go. Okay, here we go. I would think this could be done with vinyl as well and would be super cute. You just would have to be sure that your machine could handle the thickness. My stiletto, Heather had these magnets on her machine for us when we did the sewing mistake, and her stiletto stuck right there. I need that. All right. So now I want to stick this up here along this side. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do this side next so I can fold this out of my way easier too and just do it that way. Sometimes we just have to rough handle our bags. Yes, we do, Annette. True facts. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to kind of get my pocket here and fold that pocket gusset out of my way. Okay. Yeah, I think that worked better for me that time doing it that way. Perfect. I may be killing a fly after this video is done. Just FYI. All right, so now I want to bring the other half. Remember, you want to bring this other half up, fold it up, just like I did the lining. All right, to the other side. So your main lining and exterior pieces are making a loop, right? They're making a U shape, and you're filling in the side of that U shape. Practice bags make all the difference. Yeah, they do, Annette. I should do it more often. It's just sometimes I don't have the time, but it seriously helps so much when you practice a bag first before you truly make one. All right. And then this side. way down. All right, here we go. Last two sides here, and then we're gonna put this back together. We're about there, guys. We're about there. All right. Does your mother sew with a stiletto? Lynette, I don't think so. My mom quilts. Are you asking me that question? My mom quilts, so no. Terry, these are your colors. Yup. See, I told you we would be friends. This came together quick. I know, right, Jaded? It's a cool, quick pattern. I'm like, this is going to be a perfect bag to sew on a video. I love it. I love a quick bag sometimes. All right, so this side right here. Yep, Sherry, I was hoping I could get this done in 2 hours, and sure enough, I'm about at 2 hours, which is amazing. All right, so I'm gonna clip at that 1/2 inch mark along each corner here, and then we will flatten the bottom. And then we'll put the 2 layers together. And seriously, this is kind of the most perfect bag for this canvas. If you guys have a bunch of canvas laying around and you're wondering what in the world am I gonna make with all this canvas, like I do, I have so much canvas laying around, guys. This is kind of the perfect pattern for it. All right, here we go. Sew these bottoms up, bottoms up. Fly from hell. All right. Why did you start using a stiletto? Lynette, I started using a stiletto to help hold layers into place, bag making. I saw other people doing it. I wanted to give it a try. It seriously, if you can figure out how to use a stiletto to hold your layers, it's the most fabulous thing ever. I do have some hemostat things that I just got from Leslie of Jolie Lee Creations that I'm gonna try and use for harder layers. But like when you're doing binding, when you are doing gussets, that stiletto tool, if you can figure out how to use it with your free hand, is kind of amazing. All right, so I'm gonna trim my seams down, and then we'll put the 2 together. Yeah, Leonie says, I can't imagine doing curves without a stiletto now. It's so true. I can't either. I feel lost without mine. My husband heard bottoms up, bottoms up. and I hear him, let me see your cup. That's exactly what I was thinking of, Alexis. That's funny. I'm like, that's probably not appropriate for the sewing video. Oh man. I go dancing too much. All right. Here we go. Somewhat in the trash, somewhat not. Whatever. Okay. So now we want to turn our exterior right side out. No such thing as dancing too much. So true. Dancing makes me happy. My friends and I are going to an adult prom this weekend. We're such dorks, and I'm so excited. Okay, so here is the outside of my bag. I'm going to be putting this into my lining. Okay, my lining, all I want to make sure is that this bottom part all lines up together. My bottom seams, okay, are all going the same way. Denise, can you share the Amazon product link again? Thank you. I think Annette can get that for you. All right, so right sides together. In we go. We are going to flatten our seams here and line our seams up together, and then we are going to sew it all together. We're almost there. We are about done. And I have cut out and sewn a bag in 2 hours. That's pretty good. It would have been quicker too if I wasn't, you know, chatting and stuff at the beginning and all that kind of good stuff. But, and again, this is my second time through this bag. My first time took me a little bit longer. I think that's how it goes for any, you know, bag that you make. Are you going in a limo? Chatira, we totally should. No, we rented a hotel room though. We're so immature. We're gonna go out to dinner. We have a hotel by the place. It's gonna be fun. I got a like full out prom dress for it. Oh my goodness. Mary, these would be great for the grandkids on day trips to the zoo and other summer trips. Yes, it would be. That's why I was kind of thinking this would be a great pattern to do right now. A great summer bag. We want pictures. Annette, I'll send you pictures. I don't know about everybody else. Okay, so I have my top all clipped. Looks great. I'm gonna move the camera. It's always easier when I do this step to see it from the other side. So I'm gonna move you guys. Sorry. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna move y'all over here. There we go. That's kind of better. The chatting is why we are all here. I know some people don't like it though. Okay. So she has a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the top. Here we go. And see, here's my stiletto again. I can kind of hold my layers together, get it under there, and then I'll take the clip off and I kind of feed that through and hold it into place as I go. Seriously, if you learn how to use a stiletto when you're sewing bags, it is a game changer. It's just, you know, a better finger. And then I don't sew over my finger. All right, here we go. My daughter, Annabelle, my 17-year-old daughter, came down to my room last night around 11 o'clock. Just a fun story I'm going to share here. And she looks at me and one of her eyes is almost completely swollen shut. Like craziest thing I've ever seen. We had no idea what it was. We were going over all the things it could have been, and I didn't have any regular Benadryl. All I had was children Benadryl, so I gave her like 4 children Benadryl chewable tablets, hoping that nothing else would happen. So she's better today. It's still a little swollen. We still don't know what caused it. I need to go wash all of her bedding and make sure that nothing's going on there. But point being, I need to go buy Benadryl today since I don't have any regular Benadryl in the house. Okay, guys, look at that. All sewn together. Now she suggests to trim this, but not along your connector up top. So I'm not going to trim my D-ring connector up top, but I'm going to trim down all the other layers here. Hi, guys. My dogs just ran in. All right. You okay, baby girl?
Yeah.
You want to say hi? Want to say hi to everybody? You got to come down. There's Char Char.
My knees hurt.
Your knees hurt? Okay. Char's waiting for me to take her to Target.
And clean my room.
And clean her room. We're going to gut out her room.
Because it's the messiest thing
It
in the
is
world.
the messiest thing in the house.
Yeah. Not the world.
Everybody saying hi. Annette says hi.
Hi.
All right. We're going to turn this out. Leslie says hi. Jaded
Hi,
says hi. Jaded, she's almost as tall as me. She's so tall.
I'm like 5'2".
5'2". Yeah. I'm hungry. Are you guys hungry for lunch? Should we go grab lunch?
I don't know what Marcus is. He's not in the office. So
Can you ask him if he wants to go grab lunch?
Yeah.
I wonder if it was a spider bite. I have no idea. She didn't have any markings on her eyes to show it was a bite. I don't know what it was.
What was?
Ooh, Oakley just tooted. Oh, that's disgusting. Charlotte or Anna's eye last night.
Oh.
It was totally swollen. You were already in bed. All right, I'm just kind of pulling out this.
Oh, you're still.
Oh my gosh, Oakley. Blech. Gross. Jadira, yeah, she wants her room redone. And I told her if she wants her room redone, then she has to gut it out and throw away a bunch of stuff first.
We're gonna paint it and put in different decorations.
All right. So, look how cool that is. Ta-da!
That's cute.
Isn't that cute? Okay, I just need to top stitch and close the lining inside, and we're done. This is such a cool pattern, guys. Sherry, good job if you're still on here. This is an
Bug flying
amazing...
in here.
I know, there's a fly in here, and it's driving me crazy.
I just saw it.
It's just a fly. I heard it. I don't think it's a bug of any kind. I think it's just a fly.
I think.
All right, so I'm going to see. Did you hear it? I just heard it. I'm gonna top stitch it with this up like that because you don't want to top stitch it with it down because it's hanging like that. Yeah, you hear it. All right, so we're gonna top stitch this, and I'm gonna do it from the inside. I'm gonna top stitch from the inside. All right, here we go. I think you said she's in cosmetology school. She could have rubbed her eye with product in her hand. Lysandra, that's what I was asking her. I asked her, and she got her eyelashes done, but they were 2 weeks ago. I'm like, well, your eye could be reacting to the glue. So many different things. Who knows?
She keeps stealing my hairbrush.
She keeps stealing your hairbrush?
Yes. It's so annoying.
I'm sorry.
I had to go to your bathroom and brush my hair.
I'm sorry.
I'm here. Oh, crazy.
I know. I'm gonna get a fly swatter down here.
Yeah.
Because I left the basement door open for the dogs. I need to put the screen on. I know.
It's like I had caffeine.
I know. The fly had caffeine, guys.
Oh, they're so cute. Just woke up. They're amazing.
Oh, Brittany, I'm glad you got a nap. I love a good nap. Don't I, Charlotte?
Yes.
Yes. I have been known to take a nap almost every afternoon.
Morning, watch out for flying clips.
All right, we are top stitched. Top stitched. What? The fly swatter is on top of the fridge. You want to go get it and bring it down here for me?
Yeah, but how much longer is your
I'm last step right here. I just have to close up the lining and then we'll go. So tell Marcus we're gonna leave in a minute and we can go get lunch. Okay. All right. So here we go. Just closing up this lining and we're done. Barb, this is all from Fabric Therapy. The exterior is an older print. I know she doesn't carry all prints all the time, so I'm not sure if it's currently in stock or not. But she has some fun coordinating prints that you can just use for things like this. All right, so here's my lining. Let's sew that up. Wasn't this a fun bag to make, you guys? I was so excited to show you. I was so excited when I sewed this up last night. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good one.
I just got the SheriLyn purse.
And you stubbed your toe. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, hon. Okay, go brush your hair really good before we go, please.
I already brushed it.
Brush it again. I'm sorry. All right. Now, I didn't make the strap yet, but I'm just using webbing and it's just gonna be a simple crossbody strap. That's what I did on the first one too. So I will be doing that. Both of these will be for sale on my website if anybody's interested. I'm so bad about posting. I will try really hard to remember to post them. Okay, that's it. We're done. Look how cute that is. Isn't that a cool design? I absolutely love everything about it. I love how quickly it comes together. I mean, it's just, good job, Sherry. This turned out so cute. That's it. That's all we got. Again, if you didn't want it for a water bottle bag, you could easily put like a couple of snaps or one snap at the top here and it would still be a really cute, you know, it's a sling, so it would still be really cute like that if you didn't want to use it for a water bottle. But I mean, ooh, this material is really cute. This is the first time I've used this this print. I kind of really like it. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And go support a new designer. Go grab this pattern, sew them up. Show me pictures on my Facebook group. I love to see what you guys have sewn together. So make sure you post your makes. I love seeing that. And my new Starbucks cup has a home. Exactly. This would totally fit a Starbucks cup so easily. All right. I can't see the pattern link. I will post all the links for everything right after this video is done in the description below. Or you can scroll through the comments and find it, I believe. But we will get that posted. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a fabulous Thursday. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.